to The Cheat Code, where you will get an urban approach into financial education. I'm Ralphie Wall Street, and today is Financial Friday, where we will get into the tips and tricks to help your income, to help your money stay in your pocket and not out of your pocket, and we will help to your family's generational wealth go on further than you thought. So let's break it down. Don't look at your 401k too much. And you're probably like, why? You don't want to look at your 401k too much because you could be euphorically persuaded by a high balance or saddened when the markets goes down and kills your balance a little bit. So you definitely don't want to overlook at your balance on your 401k. You kind of want to set it up to where you look at it maybe twice a year and mostly just to rebalance if need be, or check your allocations to make sure they're on point if need be. So you definitely want to do that if you needed to. If not, just check it out and close the book, because these balances will affect your emotions, and you can do certain things with your 401k that you won't get penalized. You could buy a home. I believe you can put a kid in college without being penalized from borrowing from your 401k. But you got to think, you don't want to necessarily do that, because you want to be able to have other avenues to set your children up for their college, or to buy a home in other aspects, in other ways, because you want to be able to take care of yourself later on in life, because the future you will thank you. Because at 50, 60, you want to still have something to look back on. You need a nest egg. So you always, maybe every 6 months, you want to check out your balance. You want to check out your assets to make sure the allocations are good within your stock portfolio, within your 401k. And if you do look, you want to try not to look at your balance, because it really will get euphoric. You see the stocks moving up, your balance is going crazy. You'll be like, I can buy a boat. And then you want to be like, no, don't buy a boat. So, and it can even be saddened too. If the markets are down, your portfolio in your 401k is down too. So you don't want to pay attention to that, because you want to be steadfast within the market and your assets that's put on your 401k. You want to make sure they're good to go, and not to bother them too much. It's definitely important, and it'll help your 401k in the long run. So basically what I'm saying is, check it twice a year, every 6 months. Rebalance if necessary. Make sure your asset allocations are good within your 401k. And if you really need to borrow from it, make sure it's a non-penalty type of move, like buying a home or putting a kid through college. Do things like that. Besides that, leave it alone. What else would I like to get into for Financial Friday? Oh, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Like, literally, if you can't pay cash for it, don't buy it. Debt is at an all-time high. They give credit cards to anyone and everyone, and they will let you buy what you want, when you want, due to all these different avenues to give you debt. And what does debt do? Kills your credit balance. It kills your money, because now you're like, I have to pay this bill back, or they're going to do something. So you definitely don't want to put yourself in a situation where you are buying things you can't afford. So you want to be able to basically pay for what you can afford, and that's it. And if you do anything extra, you want to be able to have a quality. If you do buy, you want to make sure it's a quality over quantity type of thing, because quality lasts over time. So 2-3 years down the road, you look at this product and say, I spent my hard-earned money on this, and look, it still works. Versus, I spent my money on this and it only lasted 3 days. Now that's a bad investment. So you want to be able to look at your quality as well as the price. So definitely, it always makes sense to keep an eye on that as well. Another major thing I wanted to get into was, you should invest 2% into yourself. And what I mean by that is not 2% into the market, not 2% into real estate, not 2% into bonds, 2% into you. So you may have a job, but you're thinking about starting a side hustle that can possibly become a business. 2% of your income should go towards that, because you believe in yourself and your thoughts on this business that it can definitely graduate from side hustle to business. So go for it. That's investing in yourself, and you're not putting your whole paycheck into it. You're only doing 2%. If you feel like you need to take a training to further your career, go for it. Why not spend 2% to make your yearly salary go up 30,000? it's a no-brainer. You should definitely do that because investing in yourself is total. It's a great move. You also, even if there's a career change and you still want to get into your performance of what you used to do, still go for that as well because even in new career changes, your old skills can still come in handy. So you definitely want to invest in yourself either that way or within the natural knowledge of picking up a book. Like definitely, you wouldn't be surprised how much information comes out of books. Like it's amazing. So you should definitely do that as well. It's worth it. It's so worth it. Another thing I wanted to get into was be prepared for the unexpected. Due to the pandemic, a lot of people wasn't prepared for the unexpected. You can totally see it. A lot of businesses are closing their doors. A lot of weird things are happening. So you definitely want to be prepared emergency wise. So you want to look into your emergency fund, making sure that's covered. You want to make sure your 401k is okay. You want to make sure you have life insurance. These things are important because it gives you peace of mind. It lets you sleep better at night. Because if you're not prepared and unexpected situation happens, you're going to be reaching out for help. And you don't want to have to do that. So you want to be fully prepared and fully invested in your emergency fund and any other things that'll keep you ready for the unexpected situations. Because you know what they say, if you're already ready, you ain't got to get ready. It's that simple. So you always want to do that as well. It only makes sense because these moves will help your longevity of income and your family's generational wealth moving forward because you're making strategic moves to better yourself, to better your balance in your 401k, to make sure you're making the right purchases because you need to be able to, how did Warren Buffett say it? I love to buy $5 bills for 50 cents. So if you can buy some knowledge for 50 cents that'll give you $5 bills or add $5, 50 cents to something that'll give you $5 worth of education, you should go for it. It only makes sense because we are not built here. We are not put here just to work like robots. We are put here to have financial freedom and to be emotionally blessed and not stressed. So this has been another episode of The Cheat Code. This was a Financial Friday. So please take these tips and tricks, write down if you need to, like and subscribe, comment or share. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. I'm actually contemplating starting a capital management firm, so look out for that. Our financial education book will be launching really soon, so we have a lot of things in the works. So please, thank you for listening, and please have a great day. Thank you.